Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video I'm going to do a get ready with me tutorial on this look. This is pretty much the makeup that I wore in my foundation Friday last Friday. It was two epic fails, wah wah, so sad. But the good thing that came out of that video was that you guys love the eyeshadow that I had on. I am going to do the whole face though because some people had commented that they like the whole look, but I wanted to swap in a different foundation. So for today's makeup I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match. This is like close to my holy grail from the drugstore. It's great stuff. And for the eyeshadow we're going to be using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. They are so creamy, so buttery, so soft, so lovely to blend. They make the most beautiful looks. So let's begin the tutorial and I will see you on the other side. Alright, so for me I find that this foundation works best with primer, and the primer that I like best with it is the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. One pump of that out on my fingertips. I'm just going to rub them together to warm it up, and then I'm going to apply it just to where I have enlarged pores and more texture, things that I'm trying to disguise on my face. Things that come with being older, more mature, lots of sun damage. You know what I'm talking about. Well, a lot of you were smart with the sun and didn't do all the sun damage like I did, but I know a lot of you, just because, you know, there wasn't sunscreen back then. I mean, it existed, but the highest SPF you could get was number 4, so didn't really help us out too much there, did it? But even so, I was a sun worshiper, loved being in the sun. I know some people just didn't like the sun, so they stayed out of it, and they have lovely skin to show for it. But not me. What are you going to do? You can't go back and undo it. All I can do is, you know, try to undo it now with all the technology that's available. So let's see, I'm just going to pat that in. It seems like it's a little whitish in a few areas. And then what I like to do for the rest of my face, because I don't like to have like primer and then no primer, I use the Too Faced Hangover RX setting spray, and I just do like a couple of spritzes on my fingertips, and I just pat that around to kind of the outskirts of my face. Okay, so now we're all primered up on the face. We got to primer up the eyes. The eye primer that I love the most is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This, I just take out a tiny little, like a quarter of a pea size amount, just that much. And I put that from lashes all the way up to my eyebrows, and then I smooth it out, especially in the crease, because this one will settle in your crease a little bit if you put on too much. As I said, today we're going to go ahead and use the L'Oreal True Match. This is a pump that I stole off of the Ordinary foundation, because that one unfortunately wasn't very good, but the pump fit this one perfectly, and I love a pump with my foundation. So put a pump of that on the back of my hand, and I'm going to dot it around my face, and I'm going to apply this with a damp blending sponge. I love this foundation. It's so pretty. The only problem that I have with it is it's not as long wearing as my Holy Grail one, which is the Chanel Perfection Lumiere Velvet. So isn't that nice looking foundation? I mean, it dries, it sets, it doesn't settle in wrinkles, it doesn't settle in pores. I mean, it is amazing for like a $10 drugstore foundation. So the blush that I wore that day was the Burt's Bees blush in the shade 1210. And the brush that I used to apply it is my Morphe E33 Mega Fan brush. I love this guy. I just washed it if you didn't see my brush cleaning video. My brushes are so clean. Now it's time to dirty them up again. So I just kind of pounce that in there to pick up a little bit of the blush. And then I start back high on my cheekbones, and I basically just kind of press it in a straight line from my hairline about halfway forward on my cheek. I don't bring it all the way in. I'm not a big believer in this whole apple of the cheek thing. So I find that this is where I have, oh my god, speaking of which, I forgot to do my under eye concealer. It's just going to be one of those days. I am so discombobulated. I was up so late last night, guys. I was up till 2 in the morning. It's not like I was having fun or anything. Are you like this when you're tired? Your brain just does not function right? This is going to be like the total senior moment video. Anyway, Lancome Effacerne, that's my fave. So that's what we're going to use today. Let's just do the under eye concealer. I just take another tiny little drop of that. I put that on with this little Sephora Pro lip brush. So I just pick up a little bit of the concealer on the brush, and then I just put it on a little triangle. I don't do the giant like whoosh, whoosh, because it's just too much makeup for me. And then I'm going to use the damp blending sponge and just blend that in and kind of drag it across under my eye, and that will be enough concealer towards the outside of my eye because this is really where most of my wrinkles happen, my crow's feet, and so I want to keep most of the concealer out of there. I'm getting such a late start because I wanted to do a workout today so bad, and so I did, but that took like, you know, an hour this morning and then was interrupted a couple times. If you want and you have like super darkness there, you can go and add another layer. Sometimes I'll just take a little bit and put it right in the darkest side of the little eye bag there, just to try to lighten that out, and then just gently press to blend that out a little bit. Anyway, I feel like when I'm the most tired is when I need to work out the most. Like, I was just feeling so anxious that I was so tired. And so, you know, I just went and did a workout and I felt so good afterwards. So next up is IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores HD Powder. And I always use the same little e.l.f. blush brush for this. So I just sprinkle a little bit into the cap. I don't really use a lot of setting powder, but I do find that every concealer needs a tiny bit of setting powder. So literally, this is how much I have in the cap, that tiny bit. I rub my brush in it and then I tap most of it back into the cap. So I really hardly have any on my brush at all. And then I just press that right into that concealer to set it and keep it from creasing. Do the same thing again. And then with what's left, I like to set my T-zone because this powder really helps to make my skin look a lot smoother. If you guys are looking for help with your enlarged pores due to too much sun damage, as I mentioned earlier, there's nothing better than the IT Bye Bye Pores powder. It really, really smooths the surface of the skin. So just the tiniest bit, I just kind of dust that around, then I take whatever's left on the brush, I whap it against my hand a few times just to get excess out of there. And then I just use that to brush away any excess that's on my face. Okay, so now we can get back to doing the blush. Oh, help me. Anyway, did a workout, then I was starving, so I had lunch. And now it's like 4:30 and I'm making a video, but I'm going out to the movies, so I did want to have some makeup on and look nice, so this will be nice for going out tonight. Then for a really quick and easy contour, I use the NYX Wonder Stick. This is like an old favorite that I have loved for years, and I got really into powder bronzer lately and kind of got away from using this. My daughter came home from college, we were doing our makeup together in her bathroom, and she pulled out her NYX Wonder Stick and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't used mine in so long. And it made me pull mine out again and use it, and I just love this. This is like the best for doing a quick and easy contour. You scribble on your face, you blend it, and you're done. So I just basically do a little widow's peak here and then like that. And same on the other side. Extra in there. A little defining the old cheekbones, the old jawline. Then I use my Artis Oval 7 to blend that in. I love these paddle brushes for blending in the contour. Another good one that works really well, much less than this one, is of course the Real Techniques paddle brush. This is the foundation one, but this just blends this so quick and easy. Now the other day I did a video where I forgot to blend in my jawline contour. I don't think anybody noticed though. I noticed it. I was like, what's that dark line under my jaw? Another senior moment. Uh-oh, coming fast and furious. All right, let's just do a little highlighting. This is the Beauty Junkies Powder Contour Kit. I love this highlighter they have in here in the upper left-hand corner. That one is called Sand. That's my fave. And I always apply that with this Beauty Junkies Pro Highlighter Brush. Tap it in there, again, tap it off. I start higher up, kind of where I started my blush, and just do like a straight line at the top of my cheekbone. And just bring that right down there. Pick up a little more, and then I just do always a little puffer right on the center of the cheek. So where you don't want your blush to be here, you can have your highlighter there, and that looks pretty. Makes you look like you have more of a lifted cheek, so see the difference? All right, so that is a good little trick to give yourself a little cheek filler using just makeup. let's move on to the star of the show, which is the eyes. This palette comes with its own brush, which I love, so I'm going to use the shorter end of the brush for the first color, and we're going to take this guy down here, Tempera, tap it off, and you're going to start way deep in the inner corner of your eye, and just pat that on and bring it across, keeping that below the crease, because that's where we're going to be putting that really pretty shimmery color. So it needs a nice bright base so that the shimmer really pops. This is also what helps you to create the look of an eyelid lift. If you have the hooded, droopy, sagging eyelids that really lay on your lashes, keeping the movable lid light and bright helps to really pull that forward. All right, so now we're going to go in with the other side of the brush, and we're going to go into this matte shade down here, Dusty Rose. Look straight into your mirror, maybe a little bit down, close your eye about halfway, put the brush at the outer corner of your crease, halfway between your eyebrow and your lashes, and just pull it down to your eyelashes and bring it across kind of towards the center of your eye a little bit. And then you're going to put your brush right back where you started, and then just bring it across. But use a really light stroke. You see how my skin wrinkled up there? So you don't want to dig it in there too hard. You want to kind of lift your eyebrow, and then you want to do that with very light feathery strokes. And if you need to, you can reach over with your other arm and pull your eyelid up ever so gently so that you don't end up with any skipping of your brush. So this should be straight right across here. It shouldn't go up and then dip down and then come back up, because that's what's going to disguise that hood. Then I'm going to use my Beauty Junkies Pro Tapered Blending Brush to blend that out. And what did I do? Did I get some up there? I think I must have. Let's just brush that away if you get any stray eyeshadow anywhere. Okay, this you're going to be using bigger circular motions. So next I'm going to use my MAC 221 brush, and I'm going to put that into Cypress Umbra down here, this brown color in the corner. I'm going to take the very tiniest little bit of this. I'm just going to dip the very tip of the brush right in there. You got to bang your brush off to get some off of there. And then you're just going to do the tiniest little bit of darkening up this outer corner. And then I'm going to put it in the crease and bring it across just a third of the way. Then I'm going to go back to the Beauty Junkies Pro Tapered Blending Brush and blend that out. All right, just looking at that, I feel like I went up a little high there, so I'm just going to take a Q-tip and just clean a little bit of that away so that it looks a little more natural. This is my Sigma Crease E47 brush. I'm going to take that and I'm going to dip that into the first color we used, which is Tempera, and we're just going to put that as a brow highlight. So I'm going to start out here at the arch and then work that in just that far. You don't want to bring your highlight in here. You want to start a third of the way out and just bring that across and down. Then I'm going to use, hey, what are you, this one sits on the lights. Remember the other one that chewed the lights all the time? This one gets tangled in them. This is my daughter's cat from Miami. What are you doing? You're like sitting on it? Can you get off? Why? Oh, isn't she a cutie? I'm so happy to have her here. It's so nice to have her home. It's so nice to have my daughter home. All right, so where were we? I was taking the Sigma Lid Shader E56 brush. Oh, here comes the other one. She's going to have company up there. These two are like best buddies. We're going to now go into the center color, this gorgeous rose pink. And then I'm going to start this at about halfway, midpoint of my eyelid. I'm just going to work it back and forth and then down into the inner corner. I feel like I could do a little bit more of the darker color, that Cypress Umber. With these eyeshadow looks, you can customize it for yourself. If this is like not dramatic enough for you, then you can go ahead and add some more darkness. If it's too dramatic for you, you can skip the darkest color, you know, keep the shades a little bit tighter and closer, use smaller brushes for that, definitely. So it's all whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you want to do. I'm just going to darken up the outer corner of my eyelid here. And then I think to really get that rose pink color to pop, I always take a little bit on my finger and just put it at the inner corner. somehow rubbing on a shimmer color always makes the shimmer come out a lot stronger than putting it on with a brush. But I like to do the first coat with a brush and then add a little bit with my finger. Okay, let me just go finish up the other eye off camera, then I'll come back to do the eyeliner and mascara. It's nice that there's peace in the kingdom right now. These two are up all night, like running around and chasing each other and doing their little reindeer games. But during the day, they get awfully sleepy and they love this windowsill, so they're usually back there together after they've groomed each other and done each other's makeup and made each other look beautiful. All right. Eyeliner, right? You guys know I always use 3. So the first one is the Sephora Contour Eye Pencil 12-Hour Wear Waterproof. This is in Tiramisu. I do my tight lining on my upper waterline with this guy. So I pretty much just open my eye up nice and big, poke it right in there, and just draw it right underneath my lashes. Then I used another Sephora eyeliner. This one is in Flirting Game. Going in with the lower waterline with this guy. I like to put a spritz of the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 setting spray on the makeup, but I like to do it before I put on my liquid liner or my mascara. Have you guys bought this? I got kind of a faulty one. It's a little leaky. I'm just going to give my face a little spritz of this. Let's go in with the liquid liner. I use Clinique Pretty Easy. Hey, down girl, down. Don't, oh, stop. Why do you always do this? So basically I just press it and dot it along my lash line. I don't actually try to like draw a line. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, now we're just going to add mascara. I was going to curl my eyelashes, but my eyelash curler is missing. One of the hazards of having the college daughters home for the summer. Estee Lauder Sumptuous Knockout, my favorite mascara. All right, last thing to do is the lippies. I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in Naked. Then I put on the lipstick, which is also Urban Decay. It is Sheer Liar. I love this one. I use it a lot. So there's the lippy. Oh, I actually had something. I had a top coat on here. It was, come on, where are you? Here it is. It was this Buxom top coat. I got sent a whole mess of these. This is their Plumping Lip Polish. Plumping Lip Polish in the holographic line, and this one is called Selena, and this is pretty cool. I was actually wearing this in the video. I thought that it was going to be much more like unicorny because it's very purple, very iridescent, but I put it on and I really liked it, and I was like, oh, that's actually really pretty. So I'm gonna dab some of that on here. I mean, it's fun, right? And why shouldn't we have fun with makeup too? And the face is complete. I'm not actually going to do anything with my eyebrows because they have grown in so well using that Babe Lash that I don't even need eyebrow makeup anymore. I was actually thinking of getting them microbladed. Now I'm like, I don't know, don't need it. So I'll see how far I can ride the Babe Lash wave. So I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial, found it helpful and informative. And if you have the Soft Glam palette and are able to follow along, that you can achieve this look, because I think it is a beautiful look that can be worn by all different eye colors. It's perfect for spring and summer. So if you're interested in picking up an Anastasia palette and this is one that you're interested in, I think that you really can't go wrong with it. So that's it for today's video, everybody. As always, I thank you for your time and really appreciate your watching. So have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.